In 3 days, Zach LaVine, Ben Simmons, Dennis Schröder, and Jonas Valančiūnas will hit the court in NBA Infinite. That is when the Season 2 players are dropping. So I'm pretty excited because we do have an early opportunity to showcase some of the players that are going to be coming out next week. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with the first play, which is going to be Jonas Valančiūnas. Valančiūnas is a pick and roll rebound space maker type player. He is going to be playing the center position. He has an exclusive skill called Thunder Range. Valančiūnas excels not only in rebounds, but his spot-up shooting on the outside also stands out among centers in the league. His dominant skill is board science. Valančiūnas' rebound attribute increases. Core skills, he's got height advantage, elite rebounder, corner 3 specialist, and then core moves, he has hook shot, box out counter, and post-up drop step. These are his max level stats. So you can see some of them stand out more than others. As expected, right, as a rebounder, he has 900. His defense is a little bit low for the center position at 600. So is his block. His dunk is also fairly low in his post, but he does have an 850 interior. His mid-range is okay at 653. He does have an 801 three-point shot and a 752 in strength. When compared with some of the newer centers in the game, specifically the epic ones, we're going to go ahead and compare him with DeAndre Ayton first. So Ayton is stronger. His speed is higher, but Jonas' three-point shot is a lot higher. He does have a lower mid-range as well. He has a higher interior. Post is about the same. His dunking is lower. His dunk, layup, dribble, pass, and steal is lower. Block is the same. Defense is lower as well. And his rebounding is higher. So somewhat similar to DeAndre Ayton a bit. The key difference between the two is one can shoot a three-pointer while the other player can shoot a mid-range. But Jonas Valančiūnas is a more balanced shooter between the two. Let's compare him with Chet. As far as Chet, he is stronger. He has slower speed, higher three-point shot, higher mid-range, higher interior, and higher post. Dunking is lower, so is layup. Dribble as well. Passing, steal is about the same. Block is slightly higher. Block is lower as well. And defense, but his rebounding is a lot higher. Next up is Dennis Schröder. His play style is movement, three-pointer, and playmaker. He does have an exclusive skill called Crunch Time Specialist. Schröder is known for his speed and fluidity on the court. His ability to remain cool under pressure during critical moments is particularly impressive. Schröder can trigger an exclusive long-range shot from beyond the arc during the final seconds of every offensive possession in game. His dominant skill is swift dribbler. He gains movement speed while dribbling. Teammates who receive his pass gain field goal percentage for 5 seconds. Core skills is clutch shooter, acceleration master, training expert, and his core moves is nimble crossover, flashy pass, and double pump layup. As far as his max level stats, very fast, right? He's got a 941 in speed. Three-point is pretty good too at 750. Mid-range is very good at 852. Layup is 750, which is great. Dribbling at 801. Passing at 858. His steal's okay, he's at 600. Defense is 700 though, so that is a bit higher. He actually has pretty decent stats for a point guard. Let's compare him with some of the other epic point guards in the game. We're going to compare him with the 390 overall epic point guards. We'll start off with LaMelo Ball. So he has a higher strength stat, has a higher speed, lower three-point shot, higher mid-range, lower interior post and dunk, higher layup, lower dribble, but not by a lot, lower pass, lower steal. He has a lower block, but his defense is higher and his rebounding is lower. But they do have similar stats. When compared with Tyrese Halliburton, his strength is higher, his speed is higher, three-point shot is lower, but his mid-range is higher. Interior, post, and dunk is lower, but his layup and dribbling is higher. Passing is almost about the same. Steal is lower, block is lower, defense is higher, and rebounded is about the same. Now we're going to compare him with Russell Westbrook. His strength is lower than Russ, but his speed is slightly higher. Three-pointer is higher. Mid-range is higher. Like his shooting stats are a lot higher than Russ. But interior, post, dunk, and layup is lower. However, his dribbling is higher. His passing, his steal, his block is lower. His defense is higher. And rebounding is lower. So Dennis Schröder is not that bad. He's pretty comparable to those 3 point guards. Next up is Ben Simmons. All around layup and steal. His exclusive is dynamic playmaker. His passing speed increases after driving. Simmons' shot contest resistance increases for a short duration. Additionally, his juke resistance increases for every assist until the end of the game, and this can be stacked up to 3 times. His dominance is rapid reflexes. Simmons' off-ball movement speed increases and his steal ability improves greatly. Core skills is precision pass, solid footwork, strong finisher, flashy pass, nimble crossover, and Euro step. At max level, his speed is pretty decent, 839. He's got a 186 in three-point shot and a 307 in mid-range. Interior is a 589, dunking is 623, but his layup is 916, so that's where he'll be elite at. Dribbling is 657, passing is 823, which is good. Steal is 835, which is great. 891 in defense. So yeah, he's going to be a defensive player, and his playmaking should be up to par with some of the best point guards. But aside from that, he's not going to shoulder any of the offense for your team. We will compare Ben Simmons with the 91 overall epic point guards. So the first one is going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His strength is higher, but Ben Simmons' speed is about the same. Three-pointer is lower. Mid-range is a lot lower. Interior is higher. Post is higher. Dunk is higher. And layup is higher. So that's actually a bit surprising, but also good, right? It does add value to Ben Simmons. His dribbling is lower. Passing is a lot higher. Steal is higher. Block is about the same. Defense is a lot higher. And his rebound is higher. When actually comparing Ben Simmons with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he does seem to be the better point guard. All right, so now let's compare him with De'Aaron Fox. Strength is higher. Speed is about the same, which is pretty good because De'Aaron Fox is fast. His three-pointer is lower. His mid-range is a lot lower. Interior is higher. Post is higher. His dunking is lower, but his layup is higher. Dribbling is lower, but check this out. Passing, steal, block, defense, and rebounding is higher. So maybe Ben Simmons is an all-around player. It's hard to really believe that, though, because of the lack of shooting stats. But, man, everything else he does pretty well. Last but not least, let's compare him with Chris Paul. So he does have higher strength, higher speed. Three-point and mid-range is lower. We know that already. Interior, post, dunk, and layup is higher, especially the layup stat. Dribbling is lower. Passing is lower. I mean, come on, it's CP3. But his steal is higher, which is surprising as well, because CP3 is a very good defensive point guard. His blocking is higher as well. His defense is higher, but his rebounding is the same. Ben Simmons is actually not that bad. As long as you're surrounded with scorers, you should be fine. Zach LaVine, which is the player that I'm excited about, going to be a driving, dunk, and attacking the basket type player. His exclusive is Gravity to Fire. So LaVine's dunk rate increases and gains block resistance when performing his exclusive two-handed back scratcher dunk. His dominance is Score Seeker. LaVine's three-point field goal percentage increases. Core skills is Pro Dunker, Poster Printer, Airborne. Core moves is Windmill Dunk, 360 Dunk, and a Tomahawk Dunk. Now, max stats, he's got an 801 in speed, 750 three-pointer, 7-2 in mid-range, so he can score, 750 interior, 951 dunk, which is incredible, 700 layup, 700 dribble. Passing is actually not that bad. He does 608. But defensive stats are fairly low, right? You can see he's got 400 steal, 300 block, 400 defense, 500 rebound. So he's pure buckets. So if you really think about it, if you pair him up with Ben Simmons, those two players actually could cause some mayhem on the court, because Ben is going to do everything that Zach LaVine can't do, while Zach LaVine is going to carry enough scoring for both of the players. All you need to do is surround him with a center that can rebound, hence Jonas Valančiūnas, and you're going to be okay. And the fact that Jonas Valančiūnas can stretch out to the corner and hit a three-pointer, we got ourselves a nice little team for 3-on-3. I'm just saying that right now. So now let's compare Zach LaVine with some of the epic shooting guards in this game. So the only player that's a 92 overall is Paul George. So I'm also going to add in a few of the 93s as well. That way we can still compare him with three players. But Paul George, still one of the fan favorites. We're looking at the stats. Zach LaVine has a lower strength. Speed is the same. Three-pointer is almost the same. Mid-range is almost the same. But check this out. Zach LaVine's interior is higher. Post is lower. But dunking is a lot higher. Layup is higher. Dribbling is higher. Post is almost the same. Steal is lower. Block is lower. Defense is lower. But rebounding is higher. And Paul George is a decent rebounder for a shooting guard. So Zach LaVine could help with the rebounding as well. So far, I am liking him. I'm pretty excited about him. I'm going to compare him with Anthony Edwards and then Bradley Beal, since that's one of the newest shooting guards. Anthony Edwards' strength is lower, but his speed is higher. His speed is slightly higher. Three-pointing is higher. Mid-range is higher. Interior is higher. Post is about the same. Dunking is higher. And Ant-Man is a pretty crazy dunker in this game. Layup is lower, dribbling is higher, passing is slightly higher, steal is lower, block is lower, defense is lower, and rebounding is higher. So he's pretty comparable to Ant-Man as well. Okay, now we're going to compare him with real deal Bradley Beal. Strength is slightly higher, speed is slightly lower, three-pointer is slightly higher, mid-range is lower, interior is higher, post is lower, dunking is higher. And then check this out, Bradley Beal has a higher layup, dribble, pass, steal, block, and defense, but they have the same rebounding. So Bradley Beal is actually looking pretty good compared to Zach LaVine. That's a pretty interesting breakdown right there. Bradley Beal is a gem, man. I did enjoy using him for the player showcase before. He could get buckets as well. But Zach LaVine is going to be a very interesting card to try out. Absolutely. So let me know in the comment section, which player are you excited about for the upcoming season? Who are you going to try to target and add to your squad? And are you ready for NBA Infinite Season 2? So as always, I appreciate the support. I'll catch everyone in the next one. Stay ballin'.